What's up everyone? In this video, I'm going to give you 10 tips to help you maximize the battery life of your Samsung Galaxy S24. Let's go. Welcome back to the video. My name's Sergio, and in this channel, I make life-saving tech videos. So if you're new here, make sure to subscribe and also hit the bell if you want to get notified when I upload new videos. Also, if you want an epic custom phone case like these for your phone, check out the links down below in the description. All right, so with that being said, let's jump right in. So let's get started with tip number one. So tip number one is to maximize the battery life on your Samsung Galaxy S24, S24 Plus, or S24 Ultra. You need to hit, smash, destroy, or nuke the like button for the YouTube algorithm. Gotcha. So tip number one is that when you first get your device and it's brand new, you should always charge it to 100% on its max charge so that you can fully expand the battery charging capability of your device. This goes for all devices, and you definitely make sure you want to do that on your Galaxy S24. Tip number two is to enable dark mode. So when you're first setting up your device, it gives you the option to enable dark mode or light mode. If not, you can also just go to settings. Here in settings, you'll scroll down to display, and then here in display it gives you the two options, light mode or dark mode. I actually prefer dark mode, but it's also better for your battery life because when your screen is using darker tones, it uses less battery. So it's good for the overall long-term health of your battery. So tip number is to use the proper screen brightness. So if you scroll down from the top here, you will see that here is your screen brightness bar. Okay, so obviously the lower the brightness, the better for your battery, because the more brighter your screen is, the more battery the phone has to use to be able to give you that high output of light. Okay, so the tip is to keep your brightness as relatively low as possible. But what you want to do is click on the three dots right here and make sure that adaptive brightness is enabled. Okay, when you enable adaptive brightness, the phone sensor will automatically detect the exterior surrounding and will determine how much light there already is, and it will drop the brightness accordingly. Okay, so adaptive brightness definitely does help in the short-term and long-term preservation of your battery. Tip number four is to put rarely used apps to sleep. So you do this by going to settings. You go to battery, and here in battery, you're going to select background usage limits. And here you want to make sure that put unused apps to sleep is enabled. Okay, what this will do is that any apps that you have opened up or that are running in the background, it will limit them if you're not using them so that there's less processes going on in the background of your device, hence less drainage on your battery. So moving on to tip number five, and tip number five is to enable power saving. So you also do this by going into your settings. Here in settings, you'll scroll down to battery, and here you will see power saving. So just make sure you enable it. So if you go into power saving, there's a couple different options here to choose from to either enable or disable. So once you enable power saving, you can always have off, always on display. You can also limit your CPU speed to 70%, so your phone will work a lot slower. It will also decrease brightness by an additional 10%. And also you can enable limit apps and home screen. So as you can see, it says for maximum power saving, allow only selected apps, limit background activity, and turn off edge panels and change to a dark theme. So a lot of things that we're covering in this video, but yeah, if you select that, it will automatically do those things. And then you have to enable power saving up here. If you do enable all of those options, your phone, however, will look like this. So it will look pretty boring, but this is what you must go through if you want to maximize the battery life of your Samsung Galaxy. So another thing you can do is, you don't have to select all of those options. So what we can do here is we can turn this one off down here, and then your phone won't look so plain and simple. As you can see, it looks back to normal, and your phone is still fully functional, just with the minor changes to maximize the battery life. Moving on to tip number six. Tip number six is to enable battery protection. So it's here in settings, battery, you'll see battery protection. Just make sure you enable it. And once you enable it, go into it. And here it gives you three different options on how to protect your battery. So if you want to protect your battery to its max and make sure your battery has the longest life possible, then you will want to select maximum here. What this will do is that it will always stop charging your device after it gets to 80%. And this over the long term has been shown to increase your long-term lifespan of the battery. All right, so moving on to tip number 7. And tip number 7 is a usage tip. So your phone and battery are sensitive to extreme temperatures. So the best temperatures to always use your phone are in between 32 to 95 degrees Fahrenheit. And that's 0 to 35 degrees in Celsius. And this is to prevent shutdowns, because when your phone and its battery are exposed to extreme temperatures, the phone automatically shuts off. It's called an automatic shutdown, and this is to protect your phone and the battery. But these automatic shutdowns, because of extreme temperatures, over time will damage your battery, and it's not good for the long-term health of the phone battery. So tip number 8 is a storage tip. If you're not going to be using your phone for extended periods of time, it's better to turn off your phone and leave it stored with 50 to 70% battery life. So it's not good to, just let your battery drain to 0, have your phone shut off, and store your phone that way for days, weeks, or months. That will cause damage to your phone battery. And tip number 9 is to unplug your device from the charger once it has reached its intended battery charge level. So if you like to charge it to 100%, once you see that it reaches 100%, it's good to unplug it and leave it unplugged, not just leave it plugged in. Because over time, if you leave your phone always plugged in after it's at 100%, this will cause damage to the battery, and it's what causes batteries to swell up after they've been used for a few years. And tip number 10 is also another usage tip. Tip number 10 is to leave Bluetooth and Wi-Fi off when they're not in use. So, if you're home or at your work office and you like to use Wi-Fi because it's faster, you can leave Wi-Fi on. But when you're out and about, I recommend to turn Wi-Fi off. And also Bluetooth. A lot of the time we're not using Bluetooth to connect to Bluetooth speakers or our headphones. So when not in use, it's good to have these off, because this will also preserve the long-term health of your battery. All right, everyone. So those are the 10 tips to help you maximize the battery life on your Samsung Galaxy S24, S24 Plus, and S24 Ultra. So if you enjoyed the video, all that I ask is that you hit the like button, because it really helps me out. Comment down below and let me know if it helped you. And that's all for this video. I'll catch you in the next one. As always, peace.